The first primal religion that I'm going to discuss is the Aborigine tribes in Australia, who existed virtually unaffected by the outside world up until about 200 years ago. The basis of their religion began in this time period a long time ago, called the Dreaming, and they believe this is when these supernatural beings called the ancestors inhabited the earth and gave form to the land and created all life forms. They celebrate their religion through ritual reenactment because they believe they are totems or direct symbols of the ancestors. Only certain tribal members can do certain rituals. It's taboo for other people depending on your position. The ultimate goal of this religion would be to obtain spiritual perfection, which is considered perfect harmony between the natural world, the human world, and the supernatural. Okay, so the second primal religion that I'm going to talk about is that of the Yoruba tribe in Africa. The basis of this religion is that there are two worlds, heaven, which is an invisible world inhabited by the ancestors and the gods, and earth, which is inhabited by humans who they believe are the direct descendants of the gods, as well as a certain type of evil human referred to as witches and sorcerers. The main goal of the Yoruba people is to find a balance between heaven and earth while defending the religion from these evil sorcerers and witches. They also celebrate their religion through rituals. There are specialists in each ritual. For example, the diviner helps you through the process of divination, which reads your future and tells you what you are supposed to do with your life. They have one supreme god named Olron, but he is served by several lesser gods called orishas. Okay, so the third primal religion that I'm going to discuss is a Native American religion, specifically the Lakota Indian tribe. The basis of their religion is that they worshipped a supreme reality that they refer to as Wankantanka. They have a series of creation myths involving supernatural beings and powers. They had many rituals, such as the sun dance, which welcomed the new year, and a vision quest, which is similar to divination, which I mentioned with the Yoruba tribe. It is a way to figure out what you're supposed to do with your life, basically. They do believe that the number 4 is sacred, so they have 16 gods, and they also believe that every person has 4 souls. So when you die, one of your souls heads off to the Milky Way, where it is judged by an old woman, where you either become a star or are sent back to be a ghost on Earth, and your other 3 souls are reborn. Alright, so the fourth and final primal religion that I'm going to discuss is the religion of the Aztec Empire, which was located in present-day Mexico and just a bit southward. They had a supreme god named Quetzalcoatl, which means feathered serpent, and they believed that all good things flowed from him, like religion, obviously, knowledge, culture, all that kind of stuff. They also believed that the current sun that they saw was the 5th sun, and that the only way to stop this sun from destroying itself was to make sacrifices to it. The axis mundi means center of the universe, and they believed that the human body was the center of the universe, and in the human body, the head and the heart were sacred. So the heart and brain were commonly sacrificed to the sun. Okay, so finally, I would just like to point out that despite the fact that all of these religions developed totally independently of each other on different continents at different times, they have a lot of similarities. They're all largely based on cosmology. You can see sacrifice in multiple religions. For example, in the Lakota Indian tribe, with their sun dance when they cut their wrists, the Aztecs made human sacrifices. You can also see the idea of the axis mundi, center of the universe, in the Aztec culture, as they believed that the human body was an axis mundi, as well as in the Lakota Indian tribe, because their sun dance was centered around a pole that they treated as the axis mundi. Lots of tribes also had the primal religions had specialists, just like the diviner from the Yoruba tribe, the medicine man in the Lakota tribe, and the Aztecs actually had a special priest who could make verbal sacrifices instead of human ones. But the biggest similarity of all of these religions is that they just tried to give people meaning in life. They tried to answer the questions, why are we here, where are we going, what are we doing, which is what religion does today. So it kind of all carries through. That's it.